What if I told you that behind the dusty streets of Dodge City, behind the laughter in the Long Branch Saloon, and behind every showdown on Gunsmoke, there were secrets so explosive that CBS tried to erase them from history? For 20 years, America watched Marshal Matt Dillon, Miss Kitty, Doc Adams, and Chester bring justice to the frontier. But the truth hiding behind the cameras was far darker than anything ever shown on television. Forbidden romances, destroyed footage, hidden feuds, censored episodes, and accidents so terrifying they were locked away forever. This is the part of Gunsmoke you were never supposed to hear. The buried scandals, the lost scenes, and the chilling stories that almost destroyed the show from within. Before Gunsmoke became America's most iconic Western, it nearly fell apart before viewers ever met Matt Dillon. James Arness, the towering actor chosen to play the Marshal, was originally reluctant to take the role. He feared being trapped in a single character for years with no room to grow. But CBS pressured him heavily, making it clear that if he didn't accept immediately, they would replace him. That tension set the tone early and trouble followed fast. The first test scenes were unexpectedly brutal gunfights filmed with shocking realism, violent kills, and even one scene where Dillon shoots a man in cold blood. CBS panicked. Executives ordered the scenes destroyed, not edited, not trimmed, destroyed. What could have been the true first version of Gunsmoke vanished forever, leaving only whispers behind Dot as Gunsmoke settled into its early seasons. A different kind of gunfight was brewing away from the cameras. Tension grew between James Arness and Dennis Weaver, who played Chester. At first, they were friendly co-stars, but as Gunsmoke became a national phenomenon, Weaver began feeling overshadowed. Arness, as the lead, received the most dramatic scenes and the deepest storylines. Resentments formed, small disagreements turned into a quiet rivalry, and the cast and crew began calling it the Dodge City Cold War. That Cold War erupted during a fight scene meant to look controlled. Instead, both actors pushed harder than the script demanded. The punches came too close, the movements too aggressive, and Weaver was genuinely injured. Production stopped instantly. CBS ordered the entire scene reshot calmly and then destroyed the original footage, ensuring that no one would ever know how real the fight became. In the middle of this, Amanda Blake, the beloved actress behind Miss Kitty, was facing her own battles. During a busy saloon scene, she experienced a wardrobe mishap. It lasted seconds, but CBS, always protective of the show's family-friendly image, ordered that every frame be destroyed. They didn't want the footage stored, archived, or left in any reel. They wanted it gone. Another time, during a bar fight episode, a dress accidentally tore. It wasn't intentional, it wasn't inappropriate, but CBS refused to air the episode. They shelved it entirely. Only a handful of employees ever saw the full cut. But perhaps the most heartbreaking secret involved a moment that fans had dreamed of for years. A romantic scene between Matt Dillon and Miss Kitty. After seasons of teased affection, unspoken looks, and subtle hints, the writers finally scripted a gentle, honest kiss between the two characters. James Arness and Amanda Blake filmed it beautifully. It wasn't bold or flashy, it was emotional, soft, and long overdue. But CBS shut it down immediately. Executives issued a strict order. Matt Dillon must never appear romantically tied to anyone. They feared it would weaken his image as a strong, lone protector of Dodge City. The entire storyline was banned. Editors removed the kiss. The scene was locked away, and years later, many insiders claimed it had been destroyed entirely. Blake was devastated. She believed the audience deserved that truth. Arness, though less attached emotionally, was furious with the network's ever-tightening control. Danger didn't just come from executive decisions, some of it came from the stunts that went horribly wrong. James Arness experienced one of the worst accidents in Gunsmoke history during a stagecoach scene. The horses turned too sharply, the coach tipped, and Arness was thrown with brutal force. The heavy structure rolled toward him and partially collapsed on top of him. He broke 2 ribs and cracked a vertebra. The moment was horrifying. Crew members rushed in thinking he might not survive. The cameras captured everything. CBS locked the footage away instantly, claiming it was too disturbing to exist publicly. Some say it was destroyed soon after. Dennis Weaver had his own brush with death during a river scene. The current was stronger than expected, and he slipped into deeper water. His costume became waterlogged and heavy, dragging him under. Cameras kept rolling at first, thinking he was acting. Only when his struggle became obviously real did the crew jump in. The rescue was frantic and terrifying. Weaver came dangerously close to drowning. CBS downplayed it publicly, calling it a small on-set incident. The tragedies didn't end there. During a duel scene, a trained horse lost its footing and fell directly onto a stuntman, causing severe injuries. Production was halted, scripts were rewritten, and, as usual, the entire event was hidden from fans. Legal concerns meant no one could talk about it, not even decades later. Some of the most powerful episodes ever written for Gunsmoke never aired at all. One script tackled racial violence in Dodge City head-on. The cast filmed the entire episode, and many believed it was one of the most meaningful stories they'd ever worked on. But when CBS screened it for sponsors, panic erupted. Sponsors demanded it be shelved, claiming the topic was too volatile. The completed episode was locked away and never shown again. Another hidden episode revolved around Matt Dillon's shooting, an unarmed man in a moment of anger. The writers wanted to explore moral complexity, how even a legendary lawman could make a serious mistake. CBS rejected it instantly. They claimed it would destroy Dillon's trustworthy image. A new version was edited where Dillon shoots only in self-defense, and the original negative was hidden forever. At one point, writers even created a backstory episode showing Dillon's painful childhood. But test audiences reacted poorly, saying it weakened his heroic image. CBS stripped the entire storyline and replaced it with stock footage. Not all drama was scripted. A scandal erupted when two Gunsmoke cast members were caught having an affair in a studio trailer. Both were in committed relationships outside of work. When a crew member accidentally discovered them, the news spread through the set like wildfire. CBS panicked. They demanded silence from everyone and removed an upcoming episode that featured the two characters in a romantic scene to prevent comparisons. The chaos behind Gunsmoke didn't stop with the main cast. One of the most alarming incidents came from a well-known guest star whose off-screen behavior nearly turned the set into a disaster zone. He arrived drunk, stumbling through the set, waving a prop gun as if it were real. Without warning, he fired it into the air, the loud crack echoing across the soundstage and sending cast and crew scrambling in fear. Security rushed in immediately, surrounding him before things got worse. Most productions would have fired him on the spot, but CBS, hoping to preserve ratings tied to his name, made a surprising choice. Instead of removing him, they forced the writers to rewrite the entire episode overnight, cutting his role down to a few brief appearances so his unpredictable behavior wouldn't jeopardize filming again. Tension rose even higher when a script arrived proposing the death of a major character. When James Arness, Amanda Blake, and Milburn Stone read it, they were furious. It wasn't just disagreement, it was outright rebellion. They refused to perform the scenes, argued with executives, and made it clear they would not allow such a dramatic change to the show's heart. Production froze. Crew members stood in limbo, unsure if the show would even continue. Forced into a corner, CBS backed down and rewrote the script immediately. But the single death scene that had already been filmed, a dark, graphic discovery inside the Long Branch saloon, was deemed too disturbing to ever air. It was locked away and never seen again, and external pressure was just as intense. One completed episode centered on corrupt federal agents manipulating the people of Dodge City. But before airing, the FBI contacted CBS directly. They insisted the episode be pulled, claiming it could damage public trust in real federal officers. The network complied instantly. The entire episode vanished into the archives. Meanwhile, whispers continued about a secret outtakes, real unfiltered moments of laughter, mistakes, and chaos. James Arness swearing at malfunctioning props, Amanda Blake tripping mid-dance, and even a horse interrupting a dramatic close-up. According to insiders, CBS eventually destroyed the reel completely to maintain the show's flawless image. In the end, Gunsmoke was far more than a legendary Western. It was a battlefield of ego, danger, censorship, politics, and secrets that never reached the public eye. Behind every episode was a struggle to protect the show's image and bury the chaos lurking behind the scenes. Viewers saw justice and heroism, but never the forbidden moments locked away in the shadowed vaults of CBS. If these hidden truths shocked you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more untold Hollywood stories. You won't believe what's coming next. Thanks for watching.